Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life, in the typical life of an Aspie. As you are fully aware that pretty much I was talking about in my last video about AS and mixed feelings, which it covers basically the internalization of guilt and blame. Pretty much I also was sharing how we work as an Aspie, especially us females, when it comes down to internalizing guilt and blame. That pretty much is not easy, that we try our hardest to actually gather our thoughts and patterns and stuff, even though many people do tend to be hard on us about it and think that we've got it all together and we should just get on with our everyday lives and whatever else the case may be. Another one was basically, on the other series over, was basically a topic for the advice for the Asper girls, pretty much when they are facing this kind of dilemma of the blame and internalizing guilt. So hopefully that will give an enlightenment for them, basically to know what's going on in their lives and whatnot, sort of thing, to give them inspiration and hope. And it's so pretty much also probably just for normal everyday people that face those type feelings similarly to us Aspies. No further ado, hopefully this is the last part of the AS and mixed feelings, but I could be wrong of the series based on my chapter of the book that I've been trying to do up, even though it's on hold at the moment because I'm waiting on someone at the moment that's been helping me to actually get back to me whenever they can, when they're free, sort of thing. Even though, yes, while I'm waiting, I'll just continue on video blogging of sort of journey of my AS and other conditions and whatnot, so to speak. So let's hope that all else will come together, so to speak. So this one's pretty much part 3, advice to the parents with girls with AS sort of thing, or also maybe guys, but then again it's usually the girls that's pretty much hits hard on this AS and blame internalizing guilt kind of feelings, because obviously, as we know, that females are always the ones runs on emotions, whereas males are different, obviously. But then again, here goes. Okay, the first point I want to address to the parents is basically, or the viewers who's watching this, do not blame anyone about your daughter or a friend that has AS, basically, or is having to be an Aspie, because at the end of the day, you know, basically, it's not your fault, basically. You can't blame it on genetics. That's, you know, you must have given them something that you weren't aware of. Basically, as I said in one of my other videos also over about the myths of autism and ASD, that's, you know, the vaccines that were given out to young babies and toddlers alike, basically, is theory research that they think the viruses in there has counteracted somehow of this, but it's not the case now. However, even though, as I said before, there needs to be more research based on the autism and all these other likes of ASD, shall we say, the autism spectrum disorders, that needs to be brought about basically on how it's affecting, you know, young ones at a young age of being diagnosed. Even though, as I said before, with me, I've been clinically diagnosed with some other thing before they realised I had AS, and it's just like those predispositions of those diagnoses I've been diagnosed with, be it ADD, ADHD, OCD, depression, psychosis, sort of thing, even though I am not the kind of girl that is psychotic or will think negative thoughts and want to go about killing people or killing myself, sort of thing, as I've said before. Anyway, another one is number 2 is you've got a blessing on your hands. Having AS is a blessing, I feel, anyway, because even though people may think it's doom and gloom, basically having AS is not all doom and gloom. Even though, yes, we may have our everyday struggles fitting in, be it if we've got all these other clinical diagnoses wrapped up in one, pretty much with our AS, or even another one is basically, I've learned, is that despite that it's hard for us to fit in based on our IQ levels, or sometimes some of us may find it hard to fit in basically to see if we're nerdy, geeky, all those other labels, mentalities that are out there that I used to remember back in the days in high school. You know, I'm sure guessing it still happens today with the status quo, what we are, geeky, nerdy, cool, hip, you know, or the like, you know, and sometimes I feel that that's not always the case. We shouldn't always fit in, but more on the piece later on fitting in. Another one, number 3, is be patient with your daughter or friend that has AS, pretty much, because you know, everyone's different on the autism spectrum disorder scale, basically, on how they learn and how they probably go about doing their everyday things, because now and again people may question us how we go about doing our things, but then again, you know, that's fine and well. Basically, I've learned that, you know, no matter what, that we need people to be patient, empathetic, and understanding, even though, as I said before, there's so many lack of understanding and knowledge and know-how, and that we need to create an awareness, understanding of this, so far and so forth. Okay, another one people tend to think or make a mistake of: don't think everything's perfect. I've learnt this so many times before that, like, I'm trying to live my life based on perfectionism, be it regardless what it is. Now I'm let loose, basically, at the moment, in my room, basically, which I don't wish to show. It's a bit messy, even though I'm usually a tidy freak, you know, at the moment. But as what someone said in my social circle, I need to let go of my not cleanliness, but my perfectionism slash whatever. But I can't help it sometimes, even though I'm still all about law and order. However, that's what I've learnt with my OCD. Law and order is everything has to be set a certain way, given time and whatever. But then again, I'm trying to break free from that and actually trying to remain flexible, especially when it comes down to job seeking at the moment, trying to become as flexible as I can to actually meet other people's needs as well as my own. Number 4, if I'm reading right on here, is, oh, shall we say number 5? Okay, I'm miscounting. Take it one day and step at a time to get to know the person with AS, sort of thing. Just because we have AS, as I said before, that many people may see me as cool, calm, collected, or normal. Yes, I may look normal as I address to you all. I may look cool, calm, collected and stuff sometimes. Like, when I socialise, you know, I try to put on a brave face and just carry on my day, even though socialising, certain time of the day, depending what it is, be it if I'm going out, for example, for coffee and want to try and socialise with you, either one-to-one or in a group, it can be really, really tiring. As I said before, that, you know, if we get to know one another properly, hopefully we can make ends meet and make a positive connection between us, and, you know, who knows, despite the differences, you know, you'll probably be surprised that it may work for you. Number 6, you got no control on over her decisions and outcomes in life. We know everything happens for a reason, no matter what it may be it if we lost somebody, like a family friend, or be it if we lost a job and we either became redundant over that job or whatever it may be. Certain situations arise, and as I keep learning, or telling myself as well as others that I'm trying to support, that everything happens for a reason. Don't be hard on yourself when something doesn't work. Sometimes if it doesn't work in the first place, maybe just find another alternative solution to that problem that didn't work in the first place. Number 7. Be there to support her through everything that she goes through, be it if it's a heartache, heartbreak, be it if she's lost a job, be it if he says she got divorced, if she decided to get married, be it whatever the reason may be, sort of thing. It's important to have, like I said, the support networks open, basically, be it in a church, be it with friends, family, or whoever that we tend to want to reach out to at that given moment of time. Number 8. Accept her and the decisions that she makes in her everyday life. You know, regardless, yes, we all make decisions and choices every day, good or bad. But as I've learned, that regardless of the decisions, good or bad, it will reflect us now and in the future. Sometimes some of the decisions may affect others around us, be it whatever it is. But then again, you know, it's also depending on our attitude towards that decision we make. You know, sometimes some people will just get so negative and starky, thinking that it's okay just to knock people for sixes and thinking they're the top of the world, wanting to knock everyone else's down. I've learned that a lot lately. Number 8, she may need her space to fend for herself, yet nurture her in form of food, understanding, safety, and more. As a parent, obviously, or just someone in general, like, for example, if I was in a relationship, they can be there all as well. And all fairness, though, we do need our space to just evaluate certain situations, rewind, relax, and all that as well, so that hopefully, even though if a situation arose and it was too overwhelming, if we had about 5-10 minutes of our own spare time just to recuperate, as I call it, be it if we're in a room that's quiet or loud or whatever the case may be, how we work, then we should be able to come back to yours in a quiet, calmer way. Number 9, she may have enough feelings of blame, guilt and confusion as this shouldn't take part in her life or have a legacy in life. Most assuredly, however, there are other parts of psychological condition and behavioural, as many still think today, regardless what it may be. I've learned that basically no matter what it is in life, that, as I said before, that us females run on feelings and emotions. And as I said before, also to address that many people think with us Aspies we're too overdramatic, too over the top, too much of a drama queen, too much of whatever it may be, and that we are asking for that sort of attention in a way sort of thing that of others that will probably conflict with others, like weighing up the options. But then again, I just feel that regardless of all this, you know, we should be entitled to express our feelings and emotions in a positive way like anyone else. But then again, as I said in one of my last videos, it's in my experience, what I've learned, sometimes I've learned this is an accepted behaviour of how some people talk to me or treat me, be it regardless if it's the physical, you know, fist that they treat me that way, or be it it's their words of mouth, even though there's sometimes, like they say that, you know, sticks and stones may break bones, but words will never hurt me. But in reality, words do hurt, sort of thing. And in reality, sometimes I'm trying to realise now, regardless of the label mentality of whoever it may be, of the arrogance or ignorant people around me, basically that I'm learning to try and remove that label off the top of my head, basically, and move on forward. Even though, yeah, okay, many people may still not understand me to how I work today, I admit that. Oh, that sometimes I'm hard to understand sometimes, but then again, if you just bear with me, you know, I'm just being my little self, you know, even though sometimes I may not mean what I say at the time when I'm trying to explain to you what I'm doing at the first place. But then again, I guess everyone will basically come at the point of, like someone said to me in my social circle, that they might just flee and leave me alone completely. But again, that's their choice if they do decide so in the near future. Anyway, I think I'm up to number 9. Embrace her as in the female Aspie and allow her to be herself. As I said before, many times before, why should we be conformed to society or to some hidden messages, basically, of we should be slim, fit, hip, or fat, skinny, whatever. You know, in reality, many people have too many high expectations of what we should be or how we should be thinking, acting, and the like. I feel that in realness and fairness here that we should be able to be ourselves regardless of our looks, how we speak, think and act. As I said before, it's okay to be a bit different. It's okay to basically stand out from the rest of the crowd. Even though it may be scary, we may be the only one that's going to be the different one to make the life difference of someone else's life. Even though, like I said, learnt in my life at the moment being that ripple effect. Basically, if I, you know, show the world what I'm all about, basically, hopefully something along these lines will come again, basically, like, give me in tenfold, if that makes sense. If not, I'll explain hopefully more later on the piece somewhere. Anyway, last but not least, number 11, be in her shoes and walk in her shoes, and also keep the communication line open for both of you guys, regardless of what it is, because obviously, as I said so many times before, communication and all these other values and morals are important to me, and I'm sure it will be for some other people out there, be it out of my social circle, basically, that, you know, it's important to have all these important foundations based on any relationship, be it, you know, if you're dating, be it if you're not dating, like you're building a relationship with your co-worker, or be it you're building up a relationship with acquaintances and stuff, even though, like, it takes longer to build certain relationships, or shall we say foundations of certain things, be it trust and all that, even though, like I said in one of my videos, that pretty much with me, I'm trying to learn to trust again, regardless of what I've been through. Even though trust is like a glass, once it's broken, sometimes it can be hard to fix and replace. Despite what I've been through, you know, you've got that one strike you're out rule, pretty much, to prove to me of who and what you are, regardless of what it is. Even though many people might think I'm going the wrong way about what I'm doing, but that's fine. But that's how I roll. That's how I work, basically, on the trust factor in life. So, and also then, though, these are the advice for the parents and the readers and viewers, pretty much, that knows of someone with AS, especially in females. Also, it's just, like, for anyone that wants to know about it, you know, just not to go too hard, basically. And remember, just for us Aspie girls, women, or whatever, age and stage in life, basically, we need to be loving ourselves, pretty much, not be hard on ourselves. Be real on ourselves, you know, be true to ourselves, and hopefully if we love ourselves pretty much more, then we can give out more love and whatever else out there in society. Well, that's ends my AS and Mixed Feelings series. And basically, I'm hoping, and the next one is Living with Social Anxiety. There's a new video, basically. How we're going to go about it, I don't know. Like, comment, subscribe below, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.